the first time in India and exclusively in NDTV studios, the man who is better than any other at making money and giving it away. Business school students, please welcome Warren Buffett.
Well, there are times in your life when you are really happy to get to work and tap dance to work, like the gentleman I have here. And this is one of those moments when I'm really thrilled to be a journalist, because with me are a whole lot of students and the one and only Warren Buffett. And I must say that I'm equally very, very thrilled to have one of the most modest, humble, and good human beings that I've met, Ajit Jain. Well, we're going to get your questions ready, and please be impressive, right? Short, sharp questions, and be tough. This is your one chance.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. He says, you can ask anything. But I'd like to while they're thinking, you gave an interview, a press conference 3 hours after landing in India, and you said it's only 3 hours, and I really can't really comment much. But you're a man who looks more than just the quantitative numbers, 8% growth rate, 10% growth rate. You have a qualitative feel.
Well,
You've been a little time here. What are your impressions of India?
Well, it is much as I expected. I mean, I expected to see a booming economy, which I've seen. And our particular plant that I visited in Bangalore is just expanding very rapidly. But what I've had a chance to get to meet a lot of people, and I've made some new friends, and a few of them I've invited over to our annual meeting in Omaha. I told them be sure and vote for me if they come. But it's been nothing. It's been nothing but fun so far.
But it's been a hectic schedule.
It's busy, but I get paid by the hour, so it doesn't make any difference.
Well, these kids, they tend to embarrass me because they're much more competent. I think, Ajit, you'll agree with me. This younger generation in India is much more competent than our generation. Is it the other way around in America, that the younger generation are they've got everything they really need, they're not as hungry, so it's a reversal that you've got a great existing generation and a not so hungry new generation. We've got a dull old generation like us, but a really hungry young generation.
I meet with, I'm going to meet with 48 schools this year, universities. A couple of them from outside the country, but 45 of them are from America. And I love it. I mean,
yes.
But I'm seeing people that kind of remind me of myself when I look out there. They got lots of energy. They're smarter than I was, but they're looking forward to doing the same thing I've done. And they look at me and they think, my God, if he can do it, I can do it. It must be easy. When they look at Gates, they don't think they can do what he did. But when they look at me, they think, anybody can do that.
Okay, let's take our first question. And you could ask either the two gentlemen here.
The question is regarding the markets in India, the equity and the bond markets. So what financial innovations would you recommend for the Indian markets to be more developed?
Where are you from? Can you just tell us?
Okay, I'm from IIM Bangalore.
IIM sounded like it, actually.
Yes. I really don't know your markets here that well. I mean, I look at individual companies, and if I find a business, what I like to do first is I like to value the business before I even look at its price. Because if I look at the price of the stock, it will have some impact on my valuation. If I like to go in without having the faintest idea what the stock is selling for. And I look at a stock as a piece of a business, so it's what the business is selling for. So I look at the business first and value it, but I don't really care about a lot of innovations in a market. And in the end, I just want to buy a piece of a business that I feel has a good future, honest and able management, and buy it at the right price. And whether there's an option market attack or any of that sort of thing, it really has no impact on us. We're in the business of buying businesses. And we buy some of them in their entirety. We like to do that particularly, but some of them we buy part of. We own part of Coca-Cola, but we own all of 70-some businesses.
When you say you don't even look at the stock market, how often do you look at the price of shares?
I would say that I probably look at the price of Berkshire once every 2 weeks.
That's
something
it.
Like that. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any difference. I haven't bought or sold a share for 40 years. So somebody said, when's a good time to sell Berkshire? I said, I don't know. I've never sold any. The only time I'm interested in the price of a stock is when I'm either buying or selling it. And if we're buying one stock right now, I hope it goes down, obviously, because I've got billions of dollars worth of left to buy.
Right.
And most people like their stocks to go up. I like our stocks to go down because I form my own independent judgment of what they're worth, and the cheaper they are, the better it is from our standpoint.
Absolutely.
I am from IIM Bangalore, and from all the students here, we like to thank you for the knowledge that you have been sharing all across. I mean, Benjamin Graham would have taught you alone, but you have taught many students across the globe, and I think we are very privileged to have you here in India. My question is regarding the moat that you talk about a lot of time, the same moat of Coca-Cola, the Seas candies that you have bought. How do you identify them? I mean, it's easy exposed. Now you sit here, you say that Coca-Cola's moat is expanding. But when you bought it, there were a lot of suspicion whether the company will make it through or not. So how do you get the conviction to go out and buy a stock when the market is against you?
Well, if you can't recognize the moat, it doesn't mean there isn't one there. It may mean just you can't recognize it, and then you go on to the next one. You don't have to buy any given stock. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of stocks trading just in the United States or on the New York Stock Exchange. And you don't have to be right on every one of them. You don't have to be right on the ones that you buy. And so there are times when I can see that there's a moat around a product. Take Coca-Cola. I mean, if you've been selling a product since 1886, and every year you sell more than the year before, and finally you're selling, in terms of all Coca-Cola products, 1.6 billion 8-ounce servings a day, you've got a moat around that product. Now, the moat is partly the taste of the product itself, but it's also the association that comes to your mind. If I say Coca-Cola, everybody in this room has something in their mind about it. And what we hope at Coca-Cola is that it's something favorable. So we want to be around you when you're experiencing moments of happiness. So we are going to be at the Olympics and the World Cup, and we're going to be at Disneyland and all kinds of places where you're happy. And that, over time, will build something in your mind about a product. I can name 100 other soft drinks, and there's nothing in your mind about them. And that presence of mind, with billions of people all over the world having something favorable in their mind about their product, about that product, it's huge over time. We do have this candy company, Seas Candy in California. If a 16-year-old in California buys a box of that candy and takes it to the girl that he's fallen for and presents it to her or to her family before they go to the movies, and she kisses him, we own him. I mean, forever. He is not going to try another product. That's a moat. And every day with every product, the moat widens or narrows. And when our people that are selling Seas Candy smile at a customer after standing on their feet for 8 hours, it widens the moat. If they snarl at them, it narrows the moat. So every single activity. And we look for businesses with very durable and wide moats. And if you name a company out of the blue, I can't tell you whether it has a moat or not. But all I have to do is be right about the ones I look at.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.